You're watching the Movie Channel.
Coming up, Scandal on primetime TV.
You have 21!
We talk to Robert Redford about his sensational new movie quiz show, The Sky Interview, in a minute.
You're watching the Movie Channel.
Time now to find out from director Robert Redford about his new movie, the sensational true story of a scandal that rocked America in the 1950s. The Sky Interview on Quiz Show.
Geritol presents the exciting quiz program, 21.
Give me the name of the explorer who discovered Mozambique.
Vasco da Gama?
Correct, for 10 points.
Quiz Show has been nominated for 4 Oscars, including Best Picture, and Robert Redford, who won the Oscar as Best Director for Ordinary People, is up for the award again this year.
It's the first time in history where a collective body, a critical mass of the American public, was gathered together over a half-hour time frame to witness the American dream.
In 1958, quiz shows were all the rage, and the contestants were stars. 50 million Americans watched them, cheered them, and believed in them.
You have 21!
To capture the era, Redford spent months studying old newsreels and film clips from the 50s, and watched footage of the shows themselves to reproduce the look and feel of the originals.
I believe that the American public trusted television at that time.
That box is the biggest thing since Gutenberg invented the printing press.
Well, it was access to the American dream.
How much is it now, Charlie?
$122,000.
Oh.
They somehow managed to make you feel like you could be there, like it was you standing in those booths.
But when ratings slide,
I don't think he works anymore.
truth takes a back seat. For Herb Stempel, played by John Turturro, the American dream comes to an end.
And I find, Herb to be a combination of someone who's very intelligent. At the same time, he's very naive in the sense that he doesn't look out for himself.
Don't do this to me. It's too humiliating.
You can afford to be humiliated.
The man who started it all, one of the producers of 21, Dan Enright, is played in the movie by David Paymer.
His purpose was to entertain the audience, and they soon found that the best way to do that was to engage in some form of rigging.
What if we would ask you questions that you know?
Well, I think I'd really rather try to beat him honestly.
Just an idea.
For hot new reigning champion Charles Van Doren, played by Ralph Fiennes, the dream of fame and fortune becomes a reality, and he becomes an American hero.
You set a real example for all us boys to look up to.
He was a sort of star of the academic world, of the intellectual world. I mean, and people even said he was the answer to Elvis Presley.
But what Van Doren didn't realize was just how high the price would be.
Congress investigates communists. Congress investigates mobsters. That is not me.
Determined to expose the truth about 21 is a young investigator for Congress, Dick Goodwin, played by Rob Morrow.
That little box in your living room is plugged into something crooked.
And I think as soon as he gets the first clues, that's really where it unravels from there.
He thinks 21 is rigged. Is it?
What happens next changes these 3 men's lives forever.
If someone offered you all this money, would you do it?
No.
And I would.
It was a shock. Suddenly, we discovered he was lying, and that the instrument that brought him to us was also lying.
Directed by Robert Redford, Quiz Show.
Professor, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask for your answer.
You're watching the Movie Channel.